Hey, Bandy Dandy, you got what I sent you, right? I'm sure you did. Six days, Nate. Oh, you got one with him too? Are you getting any points, or are you just doing straight up? Just like I said last night on the ACC show, that I was on Twitter this morning for a couple of minutes. The amount of crying that's going on about where their team, these top four teams, every one of them is bitching about, you know, we should be ahead of this team, we should be ahead of that team. Just keep winning. You'll be all right. I mean, the ranking does matter, but if you're in the top four, you control your own destiny. So I don't know why people get butthurt about being 3 or 4 or 1 or 2. Yeah, it's cold out. It was 37 degrees here this morning. I think the high is only like 55 or something. Yeah, the Michigan thing is funny, but we already knew that the playoff committee's job is not to legislate the rules. Their job is to pick the best 4 teams in the country on the football field. So what's happening in Michigan right now has zero to do with their ranking, and it won't for the remainder of the year. Again, that won't matter anyway. One of those teams has to lose a game because they play each other. Ohio State and Michigan. I want you to read the news. No. It's going to be a shorter show today, too, guys, because I got to get up with John from Always Irish to do a video. We had to come up with a time that worked for both of us. Out of all these teams, which one, in the top 10 has the best chance of moving up into the top 4 by the end of the regular season? I'd say probably Oregon. if Oklahoma wins out, they'll probably move up in the top 4. And they're sitting there at 9. Any of these teams win out. Alabama, Oklahoma. Yeah, probably any of these 5 through 9, if they win out, will find themselves in the top 4. Because one of these 2 has to lose. If Alabama wins out, that could get tricky. Because that would give Georgia a loss in the SEC championship if Alabama won out. Yeah. Well, any way you slice it, there's going to be a lot of movement over the next 4 weeks. I know I'm probably on an island here. I think Oregon might be the best team in the country. I think it's close between them and Georgia at this point. They would be my 1 and 2. I know they got a loss, but they should have won that game. Yeah, I don't think Alabama's winning that either. I'm just playing fantasy land here. Yeah, I agree, Slim. If Oregon were to play Washington again, I think Oregon would be favored. What's up, Momo? Don't count out Penn State. Yeah. But they're not even going to win their division, most likely. I don't know if Penn State's overrated. I mean, their only loss is to Ohio State. Yeah, thank you. Oh, Jay, you went to see Chappelle? I wonder if it was the same act that I saw earlier this year. I can't remember when we went to that. I think we went to that. I don't know. I think it was this year. It was Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock. It was the show I saw. He's so good. Anybody who hasn't seen Chappelle live, if you have a chance to, you should do it. Let's see if any of these lines have moved. Hey, anybody have any requests? I told you I'm doing a video today with the Always Irish guy. Anything anybody that I should ask him? Taking requests. Other than what type of blood pressure medication he takes. Yeah, Donnell was at this show too. He opened up for, it was Donnell Rawlings, then it was Chris Rock, then it was Dave Chappelle to close. That's the show I saw. There was actually somebody, a couple of other comics that came on before Darnell, but we were a couple minutes late getting to the show, so we missed the first two opening acts. We actually sat down like with only like 4 or 5 minutes left in Darnell's set, and right before Chris Rock came on. All right. So Clemson is now a 3-point home dog. I really like this line right here. Rutgers at plus 19. 19-point home dog. If they play a good game, they'll cover. What's up, Chunky? Imagine Rutgers beating Ohio State. On most years, that sounds like a ridiculous statement, but Rutgers is not a bad team. And we've seen a lot of teams struggle with lesser opponents this year. I think it's totally possible that Rutgers makes this game interesting. It's a lot of points. I know, I mean, look at that. It's a 19-point spread, but the over-under is only 42.5. I mean, that tells you the perception is that Rutgers is not going to score more than like 7 points. That's how good Ohio State's defense is. It's just a sort of a weird line there. If that thing moved up to 20 or 21, I might actually consider taking them. Yeah, Rick, I'm not claiming that they're going to win. I'm saying they're going to cover. Not trolling. I would also take Jacksonville State at plus 15.5 against South Carolina. They're not bad. I think they're only a one-loss team in Conference USA. Let's see. Can I click on it? Jacksonville State. Oh, this isn't stats. This is just... Let's see what the prop bets are for Jacksonville State and South Carolina. Cock on cock crime. It's all win totals. Oh, stats. Here we go. Look at that. If you take Jacksonville State on the money line, it's plus 575. Yeah. So no, I'm sorry. I said they were 7-1. They're 7-2. How do they know how to buy yet? That's weird. So they've played 9 games. But I believe they're in second place in their conference. Here's a fun fact. 7 of South Carolina's last 8 games at Williams-Brice Stadium have gone over the point total. The favorite has covered the spread in 4 of South Carolina's last 5 games. I like this. Look at this. It gives you all kinds of information. Jacksonville State is 6-2-1 against the spread this year. That's pretty good. Meanwhile, what's South Carolina? South Carolina's only 4-4 against the spread, which is 107th in the country. Cock on cock crime, bro. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to hate Spencer Rattler because he's a South Carolina quarterback. I kind of feel sorry for him too, honestly. I know people don't like him for some reason. People don't like him all the way going back to that QB1 show on Netflix, you know, when he was still in high school. I mean, come on. A lot of people are assholes in high school. That's another one I like. Nebraska is only a 3-point favorite against Michigan State. Nebraska's quietly improved. They're 5-3, I think. And I think they'll get it done in Lansing. I believe I picked Missouri to cover against Georgia. I can't remember if first of all, I wouldn't touch that game with a 10-foot pole, but what happened? Oh. Yeah, the ones I like the best are the South Carolina one and the Rutgers and Ohio State one. Nebraska in the under. Where's that one at? Skip it. Yeah. Nebraska -3. The under 34.5. Wow. That's like an old Army Navy over-under. You know, before Army started throwing the ball. Lay some money on Arizona this weekend? I don't have any money to lay on anything. Spent all the money I had on going to this game this weekend. The cost of going to these games is ridiculous, especially for a 4-4 team.
I see the sunrise to herald in a new day and bring fresh hope for better things ahead. I see the sunrise to herald in a new day and all the fear and darkness of yesterday are left behind me.
All right.
Breaking news from the PigskinPeete YouTube channel.
Yeah, if you guys think you have bad neighbors, this guy, neighbor kills New York man and his stepson, execution style, and dispute over loud music. And it was on video. Police are still working to track down a man behind the horrific double murder of a dad and his stepson in New York City that was caught on surveillance video. Surveillance footage of this terrifying scene Sunday night and the moments leading up to it in Brooklyn apartment building, blah, 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 are circulating on social media. The scene starts with a man dressed in a navy blue, whom cops identified as 47-year-old Jason Pass, climbing the stairs to a floor where he confronts his neighbor, reportedly over loud noise. Deli's husband and two children also joined her in the hallway during the confrontation. I can't even pronounce this guy's name. Vladimir, also 47, rushes outside of the apartment, brandishing a pair of scissors that he directs towards Pass's face. I can't keep up with all these people's names and who they are. Matherin's wife tries to pull Matherin back from Pass, but Matherin pulls away from her to continue the confrontation. That's when things take a gruesome turn. Pass pulls out a gun from his waistband and points it at Matherin. Matherin begins to walk back towards his apartment. That's when Pass shoots Matherin right before his wife and daughter run back into the apartment. There is a video of it, apparently. It says that to watch the video, click here. Should I click it? I just clicked it. So I guess I'm going to.
Snack differently.
All right, should come on now.
And man, I just took my kids to school for the first time. Man, it was emotional, I ain't gonna lie.
What is this? This has nothing to do with the shooting. Oh, here it is. Sorry, buddy. I thought you were the video. Well, that's not a video either. Just a picture. Think they got me. All right, here it is.
One simple but brilliant trick to heat your home in 90 seconds and save thousands of dollars on your heating bill this winter. This genius
Yeah, let's watch an advertisement before we watch a double murder. So there's no sound. So he comes out of the apartment. Guy's standing there at the top of the stairs. He goes back in his apartment, closes the door.
One simple
what the
but
hell?
brilliant trick to heat your home in 90 seconds and save thousands of dollars on your heating bill this winter. This genius
What's going on here?
This is going to sound harsh, and a lot of you guys are going to be upset about this.
They didn't show anything.
You guys need to stop having children with men who are not trying.
This is why I hate this freaking website. Anyway, I guess the guy, they're still looking for the guy. I guess he's on the run now. NASA scientist issues a grim warning 35 years after his original prediction. Uh-oh. What, are we going to get hit by a comet or something? Oh, this is about global warming. Yeah. I'm not going to read that. I might get accused of spreading scientific misinformation. This trend of TikTokers doing crazy shit for clicks, this has got to come to an end. This guy, his thing is running around and punching random strangers on and posting it on TikTok. First of all, he's an idiot. Recording your crimes and posting them on social media has got to be one of the dumbest things you can do. I mean, the dumbest thing you can do. First of all, being arrested is probably the best thing that could happen to this kid, because if he punches the wrong stranger in the wrong town, well, you know where I'm going with this. Videos showing two people sucker punching strangers in a Northwest Houston park went viral last week, making anyone who frequents Wortham Park unsettled. 19-year-old Alfred Lewis and 18-year-old Kingston Miker both face an assault and robbery charge for their alleged involvement. Charging documents saying Lewis assaulted two people, pointing a gun at one of them. Oh, yeah, he's got a gun on him, too. That's even better. These hashtag prank knockout punch are in the hundreds of millions, if not billions of views. That is a perfect F around and find out type of situation. They're playing with their life doing that. TikTok removes millions of videos per month from this platform. From July to September of 2022, 6.5% of the videos they removed fell under the suicide or self-harm or dangerous acts category. Yeah. That's like that idiot over in England who just walks in people's houses. You can do that over there, I guess. You can't do that here. Oh, did y'all hear about this? The Colorado football team got robbed during the game. Somebody came in the visitors' locker room at UCLA and stole a bunch of jewelry and stuff out of these players' lockers. How does that happen? Is there not somebody that's guarding? I mean, can anybody just walk in the locker room? That's what makes me think it's got to be somebody that works there. I don't think you can just walk into the locker room during the game. You would think there's some sort of police or security outside of their locker room preventing people from accessing the locker room who don't have access to it. Several Colorado football players and staff members had jewelry, cash, and other valuables worth thousands of dollars stolen from their locker room at the Rose Bowl on Saturday. The alleged burglary happened during Colorado's 28-16 loss to UCLA, though the exact time isn't known. A video from, well, you would think it must have happened in the second half of the game, right? Because if they go back to the locker room during halftime, you would figure that they would notice that their belongings are missing at halftime. So it must have happened sometime in the third or fourth quarter. A video from Well Off Media shows Colorado players discussing the theft of their belongings after the game. Quote, "You can't go play football and know your shit is safe, dog. It's messed up, bruh," said defensive back Cam, whatever, he's got 18 names. Defensive lineman Amari McNeil and outside linebacker Derek McClendon also appeared in the video and said they also had items stolen. Darius Sanders, a Colorado social media staffer. Isn't that one of Dion's other kids? He's got two kids that play on the team and one of them that runs the social media. Is that right? I think that's right. Also, he's one of the staff members who has had items or cash stolen from the locker room. So you got everybody. Thieves came into our locker room and stole several players' chains, several coaches' chains and belongings. They stole multiple thousands of dollars out of my bag. So he's just walking around with thousands of dollars in his bag. Why? What do you possibly need to carry around thousands of dollars for at a football game? Oh, I mean, I'm not saying it's right they got their shit stolen, but that's not very smart to be leaving thousands of dollars in a locker room. It's just not smart. Didn't that, what was it? Tom Brady got something stolen. What was it? It was his jersey, right? Somebody stole his game-worn jersey. I think that's what it was. And I think they eventually found it, because it was being sold on the black market. I think he got it back. So there's no security camera here? So here's a video from inside the locker room.
So they're gonna get in touch with y'all in the locker room, bro.
During the game?
During the game, bro.
They stole the chain? Insane, bro. They stole yours? During the game.
You go play football, bro, and know your shit safe, dog. I'm trying messed up, bro.
During the game. Boys get back in the locker room, chain gone. Somebody broke into the locker room.
Nobody knows shit, bro. Nobody knows shit, bro. Stop looking for some. Dang, bro.
Bruh.
Just got
my shit yesterday, bro. Shit.
It sounds just like a group of people who just got robbed. All they can say is, dang, bruh, shit.
Shit crazy.
Shit's crazy, man.
Bro, shit for me, man. My shit's my neck.
Dang. Bruh. This shit's crazy.
Brother.
You have something song too? Yeah, no, I got me. Oh, you're good? Yeah, I put mine in my bag.
So. My advice to any college football players, if you have expensive jewelry, don't take it to a football game. I don't know what else to tell you. Keep it at home. Uh-oh, there's a Florida man story. Florida man cuts 17-year-old driver off, then punches him in the face through the car window. A Florida man was arrested after he allegedly punched the 17-year-old boy through the car window in an apparent road rage fit. Christopher Gallagher was arrested and charged with felony burglary and assault and battery after the incident that folded into the 17780 block. Okay, whatever. The 17-year-old victim told deputies that he was driving in the previously mentioned area searching for an address, according to the affidavit. He said the vehicle, later identified as Gallagher's, came up behind him, followed him closely, and honked his horn. That's when the 39-year-old began to drive recklessly and tried to pass the teen. Look, if you were to tell me, look up a picture of Florida man, you know, I was going to say in the dictionary. There's no pictures in the dictionary. You know what I'm saying. Look up a picture of Florida man on the internet. This is exactly what would come up. The teen sped up a bit to keep Gallagher from passing him, but the man in turn passed him in the opposite lane of travel before moving back into the correct lane and slamming on his brakes. So he shot around him into the oncoming lane and then got in front of him and slammed on his brakes. That almost caused the teen to rear end Gallagher's car. It wasn't long before Gallagher got out of his car and approached the teen all in the middle of the street. Gallagher allegedly reached into the teen's car and punched him twice while yelling obscenities. The first punch landed on the left side of his head, while the second was to his left arm because he was trying to block Gallagher from hitting him in the face again. Not for nothing. Look at these. Look at these hey dudes over here. We got two Clemson ones. One with the orange and white, and one with the orange, purple, and white. All right, so Florida man punches somebody. I don't know why I got a burglary charge. Oh, listen to this. Meta is to charge monthly fees for using Facebook and Instagram. What? Ain't nobody paying for that shit. There's Slim's favorite guy right there. Old Zuck. Meta announced today that they will charge Facebook and Instagram users in Europe. Oh, okay. So this isn't in America. This is in Europe. But I wonder why. A subscription fee for an ad-free experience. Okay, so that was a clickbait headline. So you're going to have, it's sort of like what I think Hulu does this, and I know Netflix talked about doing it, but I think they got too much backlash. There's an option on Hulu. I'm not talking about Hulu TV. I'm talking about this, the regular Hulu. Anyway, I think there's an option you can pay whatever it is, $5 more a month for ad-free content. So I guess that's what he's doing in Europe, is saying if you don't want ads in your feed, then you can pay a fee or whatever. $10 per month and $12.99 for mobile apps. Initially, one subscription will cover all accounts linked to its owner, but starting March 2024, users will have to pay an extra fee for each additional account, which comes out to $6.37 per month for the web and $8.49 for mobile. Interesting. Fish farm threatens to wreak havoc as thousands of fish escape into natural waters. An environmental catastrophe? So fish getting out of the wild is an environmental catastrophe? I gotta figure out why. There's got to be a reason they're saying that. On August 20th, approximately 3,500 farm-raised salmon escaped from an open pen fish farm in Iceland. The farm is off the coast of however the hell you pronounce that. I don't speak Icelandic or Viking. A village in Iceland's northwest coast. Arctic Fish, an Icelandic fish farming company owned by Norwegian seafood giant, operates the facility. Unconfirmed social media posts have reported the farm-raised salmon, identified by their rounded tails and torn fins, have been found in at least 32 rivers across northwest Iceland. Many of the escapees have reached sexual maturity. This is bad news for Iceland's wild salmon population, as interbreeding between them and the farm-raised salmon results in offspring that reach sexual maturity much faster than their wild counterparts. The accelerated rate of maturation makes it more challenging for the species to reproduce while increasing their boldness and aggression, making them more likely to die as juveniles. So that's why it's a catastrophe. I guess it's going to threaten the actual wild population of fish. If they breed, the salmon will lose their ability to survive. Listen to this. Florida deputies on the hunt for the elusive booty patrol roaming the streets and pulling drivers over. Booty patrol. Look at this. It's a damn. It looks like a border patrol truck, but instead of border patrol, it actually says booty patrol on it. Deputies are on high alert as they try to apprehend an elusive booty patrol that's causing a stir in the streets of Florida. The sheriff's office is seeking public's help in identifying the driver of a white Chevy Silverado impersonating law enforcement. The truck bearing the license plate HO5F41 is equipped with red and blue lights and has the words Booty Patrol plastered on the side. Here's a picture of it. Deputies also said the vehicle is not only spotted in DeSoto County, but also others. So what are they doing? They're pulling people over and what? Telling them to show their booty? I don't understand. What are they doing? They don't really say. Look at what it says on the door here. First of all, it has like a it has like a very official like crest logo. It says Booty Patrol on it. And then right on the door there, it says National Booty Behavior Protection.
Casket!
What? National Booty Behavior Protection. The owner of the truck, who posts about it frequently online, said he's never tried pulling anyone over. The decal on the driver's passenger door says National Booty Behavior Protection. Anyone looking at this truck would laugh and know that it's not law enforcement. All right. Huh. Yeah, a bunch of Donald Trump stuff, too. Don't care. Well, look who's in the news. Yabbo dabbo doo. Dabo's desire drove Clemson's rise. Does he still have it? Oh, here we go again with the life story of Dabo Swinney. His alcoholic father, his mother had to go live with him and sleep in his bed with him, and you know what? I can't even read this. I ain't got no interest in it. Will Georgia, Michigan, and Ohio State all make the playoff again? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say one of them won't. The path to all three teams making it back to the playoffs is pretty clear. If Ohio State and Michigan enter their regular season matchup at 11-0, the winner will advance to the Big Ten title game, and the loser will be 11-1. Ohio State made the playoff in 2022 at 11-1 after losing to the Wolverines. That is true. Unless there are four other undefeated teams, it's hard to avoid a repeat of that scenario in 2023. Georgia's in the playoff if it keeps winning. The two-time defending national champions were number 3 in the first rankings. Before surging to number 1, the Bulldogs have games against ranked opponents over the next 3 weeks. Convincing wins over Missouri, Ole Miss, and Tennessee will undoubtedly move Georgia up. Even if the Bulldogs lose one of those games and still win the SEC East, a 12-1 season with an SEC title should be plenty to get the Bulldogs into the playoffs again. Yes, yeah, it will. The only way to avoid Georgia, Michigan, and Ohio State all making the playoff again may be to have one or more of the three taking 2 losses between now and the end of the season. Well, yeah, that'll definitely knock them out. I'm still going to go ahead and say no there. I don't think they all three make it. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier about Nebraska quietly winning games of late. Sort of like just kind of dismissed them and blew them off early in the season because they looked terrible. But they're looking better. Big Ten football. Where does Nebraska stand in the Big Ten West? That's a good question. Where do they stand in the Big Ten West? I mean, they're still in it. Blah, 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 blah. Here's the Big Ten standings. That's the East. We know what the East looks like. Michigan, Ohio State, both undefeated. Penn State in third with one loss. All right, here's the Big Ten West. They're tied for first. Well, in their conference, they're tied for first. There's a four-way tie. Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Nebraska. I guess Iowa is the leader. Not that it really matters. I mean, whichever one of these teams comes out of the West is going to get creamed in the title game. Paul Feinbaum says Michigan sign stealing is disgusting and inexcusable that the Big Ten has not punished Harbaugh yet. This is going to be the best game of the week here, LSU and Alabama. Of course, that's where game day is, I believe. Southern Cal fans aren't spoiled. They just want excellence. Oh, look at this. Mark Rogers. Is he the one that wrote this? No, somebody named Matt Zemek wrote it. I guess he's on Mark Rogers' channel. It says, our weekly show at the Voice of College Football host Mark Rogers made a good and important point. Enjoy victories when they happen. He's starting to sound like Dabo. Enjoy victories when they happen. Mark said that some fan bases arrive at a point where only 2 or 3 games matter all season. And if the style points aren't there, the season is automatically viewed as a failure. Ohio State fans might be spoiled, but Southern Cal fans are not. The Trojans just haven't been good. Ohio State is winning with a strong defense. There's a difference between the two situations. There you go. Little Mark Rogers sighting on Yahoo News here. What's up, Mike? More Dabo news. Projecting Rutgers football for a bowl game. Let's see where they got them projected. Blah, blah, blah. I just want to see the projection. It doesn't say. Pinstripe Bowl? USA Today's Eric Smith is projecting Rutgers to Yankee Stadium to play Boston College in the Pinstripe Bowl on December the 28th. If this projection holds up, would it be the third time the Scarlet Knights play in this game? The first ever Pinstripe Bowl was played in 2010, and Rutgers participated in the 2011 game, beating Iowa State. Pinstripe Bowl. That'd be a fun one to go watch. I think it'd just be fun to watch a football game in Yankee Stadium, no matter who's playing. Well, how many was it? Didn't Notre Dame play in a Pinstripe Bowl? I forget what year it was, and it was like a blizzard. Am I remembering that correctly, or is it somebody else? I mean, Clemson would only be so lucky this year to be fortunate enough to play a great team like Rutgers in a bowl game. Yeah, he tried to get the channel shut down on Monday's show, Lou. He came on, had me pull up a video of him yelling at YouTube about suspending me. And in the damn rant, he starts talking about what got me suspended. I said, what are you doing, man? Anyway, I mentioned to you guys it was going to be a short show today, only an hour long, because I got to get up with John, and we got to shoot a video together. We had to make it happen at a certain time. So, apologize for the short show, but do keep an eye out for the collaboration with me and John. We'll talk a little bit of Clemson and Notre Dame football coming up this weekend. So keep an eye out for that this afternoon, and then of course tonight at 10 p.m. I will be live for the college football call-in show. So lots to look forward to today. All right, everybody, have a great Wednesday. Thanks for hanging out with me for a short period of time today, and I will see you guys